My beloved child, you have come to the end of a difficult road. You have passed the test that many abandoned halfway. I welcome you into the kingdom not because you are perfect, but because you have remained faithful. Yet remember this, the most important things are not in the glory you have just attained, but in what I am about to reveal to you. Pay attention. If you let your mind wander into the noise of the world, what I give you will fade more quickly than you imagine. I did not choose you because you were strong. I called you when you were broken, confused, even ready to give up entirely. When you were weak and exhausted, you thought you had failed. But it was at that very moment that I began my work. You did not realize it, but those silent tears became your most powerful prayers. Those trembling steps were the proof of a genuine faith, not the easy faith of a sunny day, but the faith of one who still walks on in the midst of the storm. My child, do not mistake the clamor of the world for life. The world gives you false standards, then condemns you when you fail to meet them. It makes you feel late, useless, inferior. But I have never said such things to you. When you feel empty in the midst of what you thought was success, that is when I am knocking at the door of your heart. I do not require you to be strong before coming to me. I do not demand that you be perfect before I will listen. It is when you are exhausted and broken, when you have nothing left to boast of, that I draw you near. The world calls out to you, save yourself. But my child, if you could save yourself, you would not need me. When you surrender to me, it is not defeat, it is the beginning. Jesus did not choose the most capable, but those with surrendered hearts. Your weakness does not drive me away. It is an invitation for my grace to pour out. When you collapse, I do not leave, I draw closer. Grace does not come when you have done everything right. It comes when you acknowledge you cannot do it without me. Beloved one, do you still think weakness is a failure? No, my child. Weakness is not the end, it is the doorway to a fresh beginning with me. Do not be afraid when you find yourself with no more strength, when your hands fall limp and your heart feels weary. That is the very moment I am drawing near. I did not choose you because you are strong. If strength were the requirement, no one would qualify for my love. I chose you in the moment you were broken, when you had nothing left to prove, when your pride fell away like autumn leaves. It was then that my love began to work. I love you not because of what you can do, but because you are mine. You may have thought I look for those who are successful, talented, always standing tall and shining brightly. No, my child. I look for surrendered heart souls, courageous enough to kneel in silence, to say, I cannot, and to hand the reins back to me. I rejoice not when you stand up on your own, but when you return to me, even with slow steps and a tangled heart. Your surrender does not disappoint me, it makes heaven rejoice. Do you know true faith is not found in the great things you do, but in the small obedience you offer when you cannot yet see the way clearly? It is in the moment you let go, not when you shine, that I act. When you collapse, I do not turn away. I am not waiting high above to judge. I come closer more gently than you expect. My grace is not given to those who think they are enough, but to those who know they are lacking. My child, when you sit there with tears falling and prayers unformed, I am already present. When you say I am helpless, I answer I have been here waiting for you. The world teaches you to be strong, to lift yourself up, to save yourself, as if weakness is something to be ashamed of. But I am not like the world. I know you are more fragile than you appear. I see the fears you hide. And do you know, it is that very weakness that makes me love you more deeply. Not out of pity, but because in your weakness you are open, you are honest, you stop and listen to me. That is when I can reach the deepest part of your heart that nothing else can touch. Beloved, remember this. My grace asks for no condition other than a surrendered heart. When you take off the mask of strength, when you stop straining to pretend you are fine, that is when I can step in. Do not wait until you are strong to come to me. Come as you are, with weakness, weariness, with disappointment still unresolved. It is from that place that I will rebuild piece by piece. I do not forge faith from display, but from the quiet moments when you choose to obey even without seeing what lies ahead. And I promise, wherever you surrender, there I will rebuild stronger, deeper, and more beautiful than ever before. There are times when you wait until your heart grows weary. You pray but see nothing happen. You place your hope but every door still seems closed. I see it all, every sigh, every gaze lifted toward me. Every time you silently wonder, Lord, where are you? But my child, delay is not denial. Do not assume my silence means I have turned away. On the contrary, when I seem silent, I am working in the background more thoroughly than you expect, more deeply than you imagine. I am never late. I simply do not follow human clocks. You think you have lost something precious. My child, what you believe has slipped away is actually kept safe by me in a better place for a better time. I do not take away to leave you empty, but to replace it with something greater. You may not see it yet, but in heaven I am preparing a feast, every detail considered. Good things do not arrive early nor late, but in season at the exact time you are ready to receive them with a humble, surrendered heart. There will be seasons in your life that are quiet, no miracles, no obvious changes, only waiting and the steady passing of days. But do not despise those silent seasons. That is when I am planting roots. Before a tree blooms, it must first go deep into the soil, and before I bring you into a season of acceleration, I must ensure that your faith is not built on feelings or circumstances. You will see the harvest will come, and it will come swiftly, powerfully, beyond anything you have imagined. But before that, you must learn to walk even when the destination is not yet in sight. Faith is not moving forward when all is clear, my child. Faith is when you take steps in the dark among unanswered questions through things you cannot explain. I cherish those steps of yours, shaky, yet faithful, slow, yet obedient. Do not think I am standing still when you see no change. I am always at work, always moving, even when your eyes cannot perceive it. And what I am preparing surpasses what you have ever prayed for or dreamed of. Be patient. Every moment you wait in faith is a brick I use to build something greater. I will never let your waiting be in vain. When the time comes, you will understand why I once said, "Not yet." And when what I have promised arrives, you will see I have never forgotten, never broken, a promise never left you. I have only been waiting to give you the very best, not what you demanded, but what you truly need. I know you have faced many battles, but remember this. You are living in a world full of sweet yet deceptive invitations. Temptations will come not always in obvious forms, but in subtle ways that touch your emotions and your pride. They do not always appear with an ugly face. Often they wear the cloak of a good opportunity, recognition, or rightness. If you are not careful, you may think they come from me, but not everything that looks good is from me. The greatest temptations are not always blatant falls, but the small compromises that lead you away from me little by little. Do not be surprised when the very things you once prayed for, fame, success, influence, become a test. For in that moment, temptation will whisper, hold on to it at all costs. It will stir the self within you, the desire to prove, to be acknowledged, to control. But my child, I have not called you to live for the applause of men. You belong to me. And the most precious thing is not the position you achieve, but the heart you keep. When the world shouts, fight to stand out, I whisper to you, choose surrender. Those who belong to me are not those who never face temptation, but those who can discern. You may feel shaken for a moment, but if you have been trained in the secret place, you will recognize the difference between my voice and the voice of the flesh. Spiritual sharpness is not gained in a day. It is forged in the times you choose. Silence, before reacting prayer, before deciding obedience even when it costs you something. I am training you not just to survive, but to overcome in lasting victory. My child, remember this, always. If you separate yourself from me, you will easily lose direction, even if you start with good intentions. Only harmony with the Holy Spirit will keep you on course. Not through your own wisdom, but by staying close to me day by day. Listen not to the noise, but to the whisper in your heart where I still speak to you. When you learn to walk in step with me, you will not be deceived by paths that seem right but lead to destruction. Be watchful, but do not fear, for I will not leave you to fight alone. I give you the Holy Spirit, the one who guides, reminds, and protects. Learn to listen to him. Do not rush, do not chase the noise. What is from me will always carry peace. If something leaves you unsettled, pressured, or forces you to strain, pause, return to me, for I will never lead you to a place where I am not with you. And I promise if you remain in me, no temptation can snatch you from my hand. There are people who once walked beside you who held your hand through important seasons of your life. At times you thought they would always be there, an irreplaceable part of the journey I have for you. But when they left, or when you felt the gap between your hearts grow, you hurt, you felt lost, even wondered, did I do something wrong, my child? Not everyone is meant to walk with you for the entire journey. Some are only there for a season to teach you something, to test your faith, and then they leave when that season ends. I know separation wounds you, but hear me, letting go is not always loss. It can be release. Some bonds, no matter how close they seem, are not from me. You hold on because of habit, fear of loneliness, or nostalgia. But if I have not placed that relationship in the next chapter of your life, the more you cling, the more you hinder yourself from stepping into the new thing I am opening for you. Some connections may appear good, yet pull you away from my purpose. Obey and cut them off, not out of bitterness, but because you choose to trust me more than you cling to the old. Letting go does not mean forgetting. Forgiveness does not mean denying the pain. I see every wound you hide, every question unanswered. But my child, it is in the process of releasing and forgiving that my healing begins to work. When you stop trying to hold on or to explain why, and instead choose to place it all in my hands, I can touch the deepest part of you. Forgiveness is not to make the other person deserving, it is to set you free. And that freedom is the very gift I long to give you. My beloved child, I have not called you to walk alone, but I have called you to walk lightly without carrying the burdens of relationships that have reached their appointed end. Trust that if I remove someone from your path, I am also bringing others, the right ones at the right time, into your life. I am the giver of relationships that are healthy, full of grace and life-building. Those I place beside you will not leave you confused, fearful, or endlessly striving to prove your worth. Love from me and from those who belong to me always comes with peace. Move forward, dear one, with a heart unburdened. Let what belongs to the past rest in the past. I am writing a new chapter, and not everyone will be mentioned in it. Do not look back with resentment or bitterness. Look back with gratitude, for every person you have ever met has contributed to who you are today. But now it is time to fix your eyes on me and step into what I have prepared, with a heart ready to love again, to trust again, and to hope again, this time with the true freedom I give. When I call someone to carry my message, I do not seek eloquent tongues, nor do I choose those celebrated by the crowd. I seek the humble in heart, those willing to bow quietly before me, desiring no title, no position, content with nothing but my presence. The chosen are not called to be prominent, but to be faithful. I do not place my heavenly voice in the mouths of those who wish to be heard, but in those who are willing to hear me first. My child, if I have entrusted my message to you, then I, myself, will keep you and lead you exactly where I have appointed. The world delights in noise. It loves display, applauds brilliance, and demands proof before it believes. But the message from heaven needs no adornment of glamour. It holds power in its simplicity, for I myself stand behind it. Do not try to make my words attractive to the world. Do not bend the truth to soothe the ears of the hearer. You are not chosen to please man, you are chosen to obey me. And it is that faithfulness, not applause, that brings me delight. You may find yourself alone when the message you bear is unlike the majority. You may be misunderstood, judged, even rejected, but do not be shaken. Those I use most powerfully are often those the world considers insignificant. I do not need human endorsement to begin a great work. I only need a heart willing to say, even if no one stands with me, I will obey. It is in that hidden place that my power is revealed, not for your praise, but for the transformation of others. My beloved, do not forget this. I place wisdom not in the mouths of the wise by the world's standard, but in the hearts of the simple who fear me. The chosen do not bear my message to lift themselves up, but to lift others out of darkness. Your voice is not to draw attention to yourself, but to lead others back to me. And what matters is not how many hear, but whether you are faithful with what I have entrusted to you. So, dear ones, stand firm. Do not seek recognition. Seek my presence. As long as you keep your heart in surrender, even if no one applauds, I smile upon you. Even if you never stand on a grand stage, I will place you exactly where you are needed, where a timely word can save a soul. And if you remain faithful in the little, I will entrust you with much, not for your honor, but that my name may be known. For in the end, you do not live for fleeting praise, but for the eternal words from me. Well done, good and faithful servant. No step of your journey has been meaningless. No faltering step in the dark days has been forgotten. Every whispered prayer in the secret place, every stifled sigh no one else heard, every quiet act of obedience in the midst of uncertainty, all of it has touched my heart. I see, I remember, and above all, I treasure it. I am the one who does not forget. Not a single detail of your life is hidden from my eyes. I see the drops of sweat that fall from your brow when you choose the right path, though no one cheers you on. I see the tears you wipe away when you continue to forgive, though your heart is still bleeding. I see every inner battle, every moment you choose to keep your heart pure when compromise would have been easy. None of it is ever wasted. Every act born of love and surrender, no matter how small, is part of the eternal work I am weaving in you. Perhaps you have wondered, does anyone see these sacrifices? Does anyone care? But my child, I, the maker of heaven and earth, look upon you with pride. I do not measure you by the dazzling achievements that impress the world, but by your faithfulness in the smallest matters. Not a single seed sown in tears will fail to sprout in the rain of blessing. Not a single yes spoken in the night will be left unrecorded on my heart. And now you have entered a new season. Not a season of confusion, but of clarity. The questions that have hung in your heart for so long will be answered one by one. I will grant you discernment to know when to advance and when to retreat, when to speak and when to remain silent, not according to human haste, but according to the rhythm of my spirit within you. I will lead you not by pressure but by peace, peace that surpasses understanding. You will no longer have to strain to hear me in the chaos. You will recognize me now in gentle nudges, in quiet stillness, in the tender certainty within your heart. I am not only present in the grand moments, my child. I do not only speak through earth-shaking events. I am in the whisper of the night. I am in the still mornings when you open your eyes and know you are still alive, still loved, and I am still speaking, no matter how loud the world becomes. You need only to learn again how to listen. Not with your physical ears, but with a heart trained in the fire. You are no longer who you once were. Through every disappointment, every wound, every breaking, I have transformed you. You do not see it fully, but I see. You have been crushed, not to be destroyed, but to become a wellspring of precious oil. From your very pain has come something that cannot be bought: deep compassion, a gentle gaze, and an understanding that cannot be faked. And this oil pressed from the depths of your soul will bring healing to others. Those I bring to you will not come to examine your wounds, but to be healed by the story you carry. Do not be ashamed of your journey. It is holy because I was in it. I will use what you once thought was failure as the very leverage for someone else's restoration. My beloved, you do not need to strive to be used by me. It is your surrender and your softness of heart that make you trustworthy to me. Remember, I do not place my message in the hands of the ambitious. I choose the humble, those who know that without me they are nothing, and because of this I can entrust them with my most precious treasure. Without fear, it will be misused. What lies ahead will not be without weight. It will require courage, discernment, and an unshakable faith. But do not be afraid, for what I call you to, I also equip you for. The courage you need, I have already placed within you. The ability you will require, I have prepared in advance. The doors you will walk through, I will open at the appointed time. You do not need to make yourself ready. I have been making you ready all along, even in the seasons you thought were delays. Stand still, and you will see my hand move. Do not fight in your own strength, only stand firm in faith. I do not require you to win the battle. I only require you to hold the ground I have given you. In every battle you face, I am the one who goes before you. In every mountain that seems impossible, I will make it level. And what I ask of you is this: do not retreat. You do not walk alone. I am with you, not only beside you, but within you. I am not only the one who sends, but the one who goes with you. With each new day I give new grace. With each new challenge I give new strength. And with each new fear that rises I will remind you, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. My beloved, keep walking forward. Do not return to what I have delivered you from. Do not cling to what I have closed. Lift up your eyes, for ahead lies the promised land, and lives waiting to hear the message from your lips. Carry the life you have found in me, and sow it generously. You do not need to shout only to be real. You do not need to be seen only to be faithful. And when you do this, you are shaking eternity, not because you are strong, but because you are willing. And on that final day, when every applause of the world is faded, when every stage is closed, I will look at you, not with judgment, but with a warm smile. I will speak not before the crowd, but in the intimate place between father and child. You have lived for what is true. You have kept the flame when others gave up. You have obeyed me when no one understood. You have followed me when you saw nothing at all. Now enter into my joy. Be still for a moment. Lay everything down. The worries, the questions, the unfinished dreams, leave them there. Listen closely, for what I am about to say is not merely encouragement. This is the outpouring of my heart, the heart that loved you before you were even formed. This is not a fleeting word meant to soothe you and vanish like smoke. This is the sigh of heaven, an invitation to go deeper, to draw closer, to understand more clearly why I chose you and why I am still choosing you, day after day, choosing those who may seem ordinary, but who carry a portion of my eternal plan. I do not look for the prominent. I am not drawn to echoes of fame, high platforms, or glittering things. No, I do not choose as the world chooses. My way of choosing has always been different from what you've imagined. When my eyes rest upon someone, it is not because they stand out by human standards, but because within them is something rare, a tender heart, humble, attentive, willing to say yes to me, even when the path ahead is unclear. You ask me why I do not use everyone, why some are called and others are not. I tell you truthfully, it is not that I do not desire to use many, but not everyone is willing for me to reach into the deepest places of their hearts. Not everyone will allow me to prune, to shape, and to pass them through the fires of maturity. Many crave glory, but few are willing to be refined through years of obscurity. I cannot entrust my pure message to those still entangled in self, for my message cannot be mingled with personal ambition. I give heaven's voice only to those who have learned to be silent before me, those who will yield fully, so they may speak only what I want spoken, without mixing in what they wish to say. Beloved, my message is a fire, and not everyone can bear its heat. For when I place my word in someone's mouth, that person must die to self. They must let go of applause, let go of fame, let go of even the desire to be understood or accepted. It is not a pleasant sacrifice. It is a painful surrender, a daily dying, so that I might live through them. So when you see me raising someone up, do not look only at that moment. Look at the years they have walked quietly in the shadows, unknown, unseen, yet faithful in small things. In that hidden place I have been forging them to carry an untainted message. I do not need voices simply to fill the air. I need those whose every word is saturated with my presence. I do not need you to be impressive in the eyes of the world. I need you to be empty of yourself so I can be full in you. Those I choose often carry an unseen pain, a loneliness few understand. For to keep the fire pure, they must walk a narrow road, one most people avoid. They must learn to refuse what is reasonable, to choose what is right. They must learn to stand still when others run, and to move when others stop. They must learn to love even when misunderstood. They must learn to stoop and wash feet while carrying a message from heaven on their shoulders. I know it is not easy. I never promised it would be. But I did promise this: if you surrender to me, I will be your strength in weakness. If you dare to live truthfully before me, I will work truthfully through you. If you do not crave applause, I will entrust you with my voice. And if you do not seek the spotlight, I will use you to bring light into the darkest places. My child, I do not need you to strive to be good enough. I only need you to keep your heart tender. Do not let bitterness, the grip of success, or the compromises of this world dull what I have placed in you. Guard that purity as a treasure. For though you may not be honored here, you are writing something eternal, and heaven records every hidden moment of your faithfulness. Remember this, the chosen are not the perfect, they are the moldable. The chosen are not those with great talent, but those with great obedience. The chosen are not always strong, but those who keep returning to me whenever they feel weak. And if you are one of them, know this, you are not alone. Even if you are misunderstood, even if you are unseen, I see you. I know you. I cherish every quiet step you take. And there will come a time when the moment I have set arrives that what you have sown in secret will blossom in the open, not for your praise, but for my name's glory. Not to lift you up, but to draw many souls out of darkness. You will see what I have written over your life is not a common story. It is a sacred epic, written with tears, with faith, with those hidden choices to keep your heart pure when no one else was watching. So, beloved, do not be swayed by the noise of the world. Do not compare yourself to others. Do not ask why you are not like them, for I never intended you to be like anyone else. You are my unique design, uniquely called, uniquely trained, uniquely anointed. And the message you carry is one only you can deliver in the way I have appointed. Keep walking. Even without applause, keep going. Even without recognition, stay faithful. Even when weary, keep surrendering. For every step you take, I walk with you. Every time you open your mouth to speak, my word, I stand behind you. And when all is finished, the only thing that will remain will not be the praise of men, but my words to you. You have done your part well. You are my faithful servant. I know you are sitting there reading these words with a stirring you can barely explain, because you feel as if I am calling your name, and yes, I am. I did not write these things for some vague crowd. I am not speaking in a way that leaves everyone untouched. No, I am speaking to you personally, intimately, with all my love and deepest care. I have seen you in the dark in moments when no one was near, and I have seen what no one else has seen, a hidden flame still burning, waiting for me to breathe it into a blaze for this generation. That is why I chose you, not because you are more capable than others, not because your life has been flawless, but because I saw in you a heart willing to yield. In a world racing to be known, you have chosen the hidden place. While others build their names, you have sought to guard the purity of your soul. I have seen the nights you prayed without an audience, the times you forgave without anyone knowing, the quiet choices understood only by you and me. These things, these unrecognized things, have touched my heart. Do you see many are building something with their names on it? They raise towers with words, images, and strategies of their own, yet their foundation is not set on me. They want influence, but they do not want to meet with me in the still place. They crave glory, but they do not want to carry the cross. And so they build things that crumble easily. I cannot place my heavenly trust there. That is why I look for the forgotten ones, those without a stage, without titles, yet holding the most precious thing, faithfulness. You are one of them. I did not call you to be famous, I called you to be fruitful. You were not made to blend into the crowd, but to be salt to the earth, light to the world. And this light is not the glitter of the world's making, but the quiet, unquenchable glow of my presence within you. You do not need to chase applause, simply remain faithful in the small things I give you, and I will open the doors to the greater things I have prepared. Beloved, I am raising up a generation who seek not power or fame, but only my presence. A people refined by fire, unmoved by trends or public opinion. They are not easily swayed by the tides of the times, for they have learned to hear my voice above the surrounding noise. I am calling them one by one. Without billboards or loudspeakers, just a whisper strong enough to shake their spirits. I will call them from places thought dead, from rooms full of tears, from broken homes, from sick beds, from lonely wastelands. I will speak their names in the night just as I am speaking yours now. I will awaken what has slept in their spirits. I will give visions no one else can grasp, dreams that make them rise in the night with tears, realizing God is calling me. And when they answer, I will clothe them with power, not to stir the stage, but to stir human hearts. I will choose them not for their numbers, not for their polished training, but because they are mine, and they have given me all of their hearts. My child, understand this. I am not seeking eloquent orators. I am seeking those through whom I may speak. I do not need leaders molded by the patterns of this world. I need servants who know how to kneel. I did not choose you to imitate someone else. I chose you to be yourself, the graced and genuine version I created. And the greatest thing I am seeking in this generation is not talent, but trustworthiness. I want those to whom I can entrust heavenly wisdom, those who do not leak grace because their hearts are divided. If you still wonder, am I truly enough to be used by you? That very question already makes you enough. For it springs from humility, and that is where I can work. Those who think they are enough, I can do little with. But those who recognize their limits, I can fill to overflowing. When you admit I need you every day, I will be there every day. And it is this dependence on me that will keep you from pride, keeping you safe within the shelter of my presence. My child, you do not need to wait until someone acknowledges you. I have already acknowledged you. You do not need a stage to be used. The hidden place is the doorway I use to train those of true influence. The words you speak in humility can pierce through the hardened layers of the human heart. You do not need to shout, "My presence within you is enough," for others to recognize something different. And do not forget that difference does not come from you, but from me, the one who lives in you. Keep walking, even if you do not know whether others see. Keep sowing every word of love, every genuine act, every tear of intercession, for I see it all. And in a very near moment I will reveal what I have hidden within you. I will open a door that no one can shut. I will place you in a position that no one can take from you, not because you need recognition, but because I need you there, at the right place, at the right time, to bring true life to places that have grown dry. Beloved, guard your heart. Stay far from the traps that make you crave recognition more than faithfulness. Do not let jealousy or rivalry cloud the purpose I have for you. Those I truly use are the ones who know that fame is fleeting, but my presence is eternal. You do not need to stand out. You only need to be real. You do not need to seize the spotlight. You only need to keep the fire burning on the altar of your heart. For the day will come when you look back and understand every hidden drop of sweat, every choice of sacrifice over compromise, every morning you prayed in silence, none of it was meaningless. You will see souls saved, families restored, lands transformed. All because one person, you, said, "Yes, Lord, I am ready." And then I will come to you, look into your eyes with all my pleasure, and say, "Beloved, you have been faithful. I am proud of you." You still ask why I have not used you as loudly as others. You still feel small, quiet, even invisible among the countless voices echoing everywhere. But my child, understand this. I do not need noise to begin a transformation. I do not require spotlights to display my power. Those who truly belong to me, I train in the secret place, where no one sees, where there is no applause, where only I and their true self remain. For only in that silence can depth be formed. Do you know the wilderness, the place the world calls barren and useless, is the place I choose to train those I send. In the loneliness and absence of recognition, a person begins to face themselves, and it is then that I begin to teach them to discern my voice from the voice of the flesh. I prune, not to harm, but to remove all that hinders my image in you. I let them walk through failure, misunderstanding, even abandonment, not because I have forgotten them, but because I am teaching them something the crowd can never teach: obedience in the quiet. I do not need perfect people. I need pure hearts. I need those who do not pursue influence but pursue me, and I will test this by keeping them in the dark longer than they desire. I will test their faithfulness when no one applauds, no one acknowledges. I will see if they will still pray when they see no miracles, still serve when no one praises, still walk when every door seems closed. It is in those hidden moments that I am building an unshakable foundation. A person can only stand firm in the great storm when their roots have grown deep into solid ground. Then the time will come when I will give them new eyes. Not the eyes of the world, which judge by appearance, titles, and achievements, but eyes that see as I see. They will see the pain behind another's smile. They will see souls in despair, even in a crowded church. I will give them compassion, but not cheap pity. It will be holy compassion, fierce enduring, willing to suffer to bring light to others. They will not turn away from brokenness nor sit idle before injustice. My love within them will not let them remain silent. And when the time comes, I will breathe my breath upon them. They will step out not with showmanship, but with boldness that comes from my spirit alone. They will speak, not to impress, but to bring life. Their words will cut through every layer of religious disguise, awakening slumbering souls. They will carry a spiritual authority, not from position, but from my presence within them. Some of them will never be invited to a pulpit. They will never have a best-selling book. They will not be followed by thousands, but I will know their names, and heaven will know their obedience. My child, these people will not live to be noticed, but to make me known. Their lives will not revolve around the self, but will be a constant flow of love, truth, and power, all from me. They do not need applause, for in their hearts they need only one thing to please me, and that alone will be enough for them to live and die without regret. You ask me, Lord, who else will you choose? I tell you, I have been choosing for a long time. While the world searches for the gifted, the famous, the influential, I am searching where no one looks. In the rush of life, in small rooms where prayers rise each morning, I am calling. In quiet hearts that work without seeking thanks, I am planting seeds. In the longing eyes, amid the bustling streets, in the sighs within the silent countryside, I am whispering. I am kindling fire. And no one, no power can extinguish what I have begun. The revival I am about to bring will not look like anything the world has seen before. It will not come from dazzling stages, but from hidden prayer rooms. It will not explode through display, but burn from the hearts of those I have refined. Not because they are captivating, but because I have captivated them first. Not because they are eloquent, but because they know when to be silent. Not because they have strategies, but because they know how to listen to heavenly direction. I will not let showmanship lead. I will let holiness lead. And those who carry my message will not fear being misunderstood, excluded, or rejected, for they have long died to themselves, to live only for me. When others crave glory, they choose hiddenness. When others compete for position, they choose to kneel. When others seek a platform, they seek me. Beloved, if your heart burns for something you cannot yet name, it may be the very fire I am igniting within you. Do not quench it just because no one has acknowledged it yet. Do not doubt yourself just because no one sees your worth. I see, I know, I have called you, and I am preparing you, not so that you may become someone, but so that I may be revealed through you. Continue to be faithful, even when no one notices. Continue to walk, even when you do not see the destination clearly. Continue to love, even when the world says you are wasting your time. For I promise you, one day, every hidden seed you have sown will bear eternal fruit. One day you will no longer question why I took you through seasons of dryness, for you will see that what I produced from that faithfulness is more beautiful than anything you ever imagined. A new era is coming. A new wave of my spirit will be unlike anything that has come before. It will not arrive in ways people expect, not in form, not in system, not confined within church walls. I will pour out my spirit, without selection by age, status, education, or experience. Children will speak words from heaven. The elderly will see again the dreams I once planted in them from the beginning. Things thought to have faded with time will burn once more. No one will be left out. No one will be cast aside. For when I pour out my spirit, I myself will break every mold the world has ever set. You will witness what has never been seen before. Those who were once deemed unqualified will rise up carrying my fire. Those who once remained silent out of fear, out of hurt, out of rejection, will open their mouths to praise me, with a sound that is free and whole. It is not that they found their own voice, but that I have restored to them what the enemy once stole. Those who were weary and collapsed along the journey, now they will be lifted up not by their own strength but by the power of the living Holy Spirit. They will walk, they will run, and they will no longer grow weary, for I am the strength on which they lean. Look around. Those who were once despised, considered unfit, the ones no one chose, no one believed in, they will be the very ones I use to reveal my glory. I do not choose based on credentials. I do not need them to have achievements to prove anything. I only need a heart that is willing to say, "Lord, here I am, please use me." In the days to come you will see things that astonish the world, for I will use those who were once scorned to accomplish great works no one ever dared to imagine. Do you know why I do this? Because I am the Lord who does not look at outward appearances, I look at the heart. And it is those who have been crushed, who have endured deep brokenness. They are the ones who carry a precious oil that cannot be found anywhere else. Pain has carved within them a deep place, a place I can fill without limit. They no longer hold pride to rely on themselves. They no longer desire to be heroes. They only need me, and because of this I can entrust them with great assignments. My child, do not despise those who have been forgotten. Do not overlook those who have nothing in their hands, for I am preparing them in hiddenness. When the time comes, they will step out not to seize the spotlight, but to shake the hearts of men. They will not argue nor seek fame. They will simply carry my presence, and that alone will stir even the driest places. I will place my words in their mouths. I will place my mercy in their eyes. I will place heavenly strength in those once trembling hands. They will not preach with mere reasoning, but with life itself. They will not build with bricks and mortar, but with my love, truth, and power. And the world will have to acknowledge, this is the work of the Lord, not the effort of man. My beloved, prepare your heart, not to compete for position, but to keep your spirit tender. I am not seeking the most capable. I am seeking the most willing. I am not impressed by what human eyes see, but I am drawn to hearts that tremble when they hear my voice. If you are willing, I can use you no matter where you are, no matter who you think you are. I did not choose you by accident. I did not call you just for the sake of calling. I have a purpose, and it is far greater than anything you have ever imagined. I am calling forth a generation, not just a few outstanding individuals, but a silent army, those who have been refined in places unseen. They have wept, they have prayed, they have waited, and now they will be sent out. Not to display themselves, but to bring light into the darkest places. Not to speak on their own behalf, but to carry my message to souls waiting for one final word of hope. My child, if you have ever thought you were unqualified, know this. That is exactly the condition that allows me to use you. For I do not seek the perfect, I seek the genuine. And when you surrender, you become the very candidate heaven is looking for. I will not overlook you. I have seen every moment you wanted to give up. I have witnessed every time you fell thinking you could not rise again. But you are still here. You are still turned toward me. And that is enough for me to say, you are enough, because I am the one who completes you. Walk forward not in your own strength, but in the certainty that I myself, have chosen you. And as you go, you will not go alone. My Spirit will go before you, beside you, and behind you. He will be your strength in weakness, your light in confusion, your whisper reminding you. You are loved, you are chosen, you are not abandoned. Listen with an open heart, for I am about to reveal to you a deep part of my eternal plan. Since the dawn of creation, when I was laying the foundations of this world, I ordained that my body, my people, would never be monotonous, never be identical, and never operate like a lifeless machine. I created them as a living tapestry with different colors, roles, and missions. Each one I have chosen and called carries within them a unique portion from my own heart, a portion no one else can carry in quite the same way. Do you know I do not repeat myself when I create you? I do not mass produce. Every soul I touch bears a unique imprint. Not all will stand on a platform. Not all will write books or speak prophetic words, but none I have chosen are unnecessary. Some are called to be intercessors, unseen yet holding an entire city together through their quiet prayers. They are the ones who wake in the middle of the night, hearts heavy with the spiritual burdens I place upon them. Each prayer is a battle for souls, a cord linking heaven to earth, a heartbeat of mine amid the noise of the world. There are also those I appoint to speak my voice, my prophets whose tongues are not silenced by fear. You will find they are not always comfortable to be around, for their message may be as sharp as a double-edged sword. Yet they are the ones I use to shift seasons, awaken sleeping consciences, and draw the line between truth and deception. They will not please man, but they will please me, and that is what matters most. There are those I call builders, strong, patient souls. They are not in a hurry. They do not chase instant results. They lay foundations for the church, for communities, for movements upon which I breathe my life. They endure, willing to be misunderstood, willing to be alone. As long as what they build is not of wood and straw, but of gold, silver, and precious stones, things that will endure every test. They are spiritual fathers and mothers, not only building the work, but also building people. There are those who will never be known in the way the world applauds, but they are encouragers, healers by the grace of their presence. They do not raise their voices, they do not argue, but wherever they walk, the atmosphere changes. Wounds in the hearts of others ease when they arrive. They carry comfort like a cool breeze on a sweltering summer day. They are quiet yet not small. I have placed my love and kindness in them like an underground river, unseen yet powerful. You will also see those I call warriors of worship, who do not merely sing but wage war with the sound of heaven. Every word they sing, every sound they release, is an arrow piercing the heart of darkness. They do not perform, they fight. I teach them how to wield music as a weapon, not to stir human emotion, but to shake the heavens. And alongside them are those who fight for justice, souls who cannot remain silent in the face of wrong. I have set in them a fire that cannot be quenched. They will not compromise. They will not stop halfway. They stand, not for fame, but for the resounding call in their hearts, I must do what is right. All these, and more roles, still bear my mark. None of them chose themselves. I am the one who called, anointed, and sent them. And when they rise, when every part of my body begins to function as it was meant to, you will see a wonder, perfect beauty, without division, without rivalry, without one above another. There will be no comparing prophet to servant, teacher to chair cleaner. No part will say to another, I have no need of you. My body does not operate through jealousy. My body does not grow through competition. Each part needs the other, supports the other, forming a complete picture. When one suffers, all suffer. When one rejoices, the whole body rejoices. This is the unity I have always desired. This is the body my Son, Jesus, shed his blood to redeem. My beloved child, if I have assigned you a role, do not lift your eyes to another's and feel yourself small. Do not quietly compare and wonder why you are not like them. What I have placed within you is not small, it is simply different. Different does not mean less important. That difference is the richness of my kingdom. You may not be known by many, but that does not mean I do not see you. And if I see you, that is enough. Tend to your portion. Be faithful to the part I have entrusted to you. Do not strive to become someone else, nor to do something great merely to be recognized. You need do nothing more to be worthy. I chose you because I knew you could carry a piece of my heart without letting it shatter. I knew you would be faithful to it, even in silence, even through tears, even without applause. And then when each part rises, not in the world's fashion, but in the way of heaven, something magnificent will happen. My body will become alive, strong, and radiant with glory. Rivers will flow through deserts. Broken hearts will be healed. Nations will be shaken. Not by one prominent figure, but by a body united in love and obedience. My beloved, your portion is precious. Do not despise what I have placed within you. Carry it as an honor. Serve as though I am standing there watching you, for truly I am there. And when you live true to your part, I promise the whole world will see me through you clearly, powerfully, and full of glory, as you have sensed unity is drawing near. But understand this, clearly it is not imitation of one another, not a sameness in speech, appearance, or outward style. No, what I am building is not a uniform rank, but a symphony where each instrument keeps its distinct sound, yet together resounds with a holy melody. The unity I seek is the harmony of hearts moving toward one goal: to seek me, to exalt me, and to live in my truth, despite differing origins, experiences, and journeys. The world is still watching my people. It is not persuaded by doctrine alone, for theories can be debated and words can be distorted. But there is one thing it cannot deny: a transformed life. When those who once walked in darkness now walk in light, when the broken learn to love, when hearts once filled with bitterness grow tender, that is the living testimony of me. That is my power, not merely a fleeting tremor in a moment, but a lasting change over years. These lives will be the proof, the voice louder than every argument, and through them the world will know that I am the true one. But my child, this does not stop here. Do not think that my choosing someone is a single moment after which all unfolds automatically. No. My choosing is an ongoing journey nourished by daily obedience, strengthened by morning faithfulness. I call without ceasing, I choose without stopping. And right now, as you read these words, I am knocking on someone's door. They may not be sitting still as you are reading a clear reminder, but I am using every way to reach them through songs they happen to hear, through a look of compassion, through the cool wind on their face, in the quiet of the evening. I never tire of pursuing. My love does not withdraw even when people run away. I still remember every soul for whom you have wept in prayer, your loved ones, the faces you thought had gone from me forever. You may be exhausted from waiting for their return, but I am not. You may lose hope, but I am still at work quietly, steadily, deeper than any human eye can see. I am sending people to them, sometimes a stranger, with a heart full of light. I am using music, chants, conversations, even the scenes of nature, everything becoming tools in my hands to awaken them, stir them, soften what remains hardened in their hearts. My love is surrounding them not as a forced grip, but as the gentle covering of a father who will not give up. At times, the silence itself, the emptiness in their hearts, is the sign that I am at work. I do not merely stand outside knocking, I am beside them in every wrong step, in every attempt they make to save themselves, and at the right time, not sooner, not later, they will see. Do you remember I once did the same for you? You too did not understand, you doubted, you ran away. But one day your eyes lifted and you saw me waiting, not with condemnation but with mercy. And when they too recognize me, when their hearts grow still before my whisper, I will say, as I once said to you, follow me. Not as a promise of an easy road, but as an invitation to a meaningful life where wounds are healed, where mistakes are no longer sentences of guilt, but foundations for forgiveness and restoration. If they answer, I will not merely repair what was broken, I will recreate. I will make all things new, not as fragments of the past, but as a complete picture of the future drawn by my own hand. I will cleanse not by force, but by steadfast love. I will lift the burdens they once carried, the chains they thought could never be loosed. I will heal the wounds that have festered in their souls for years, and I will pour the oil of my spirit upon the driest places within them. Then I will equip them not with degrees or titles, but with wisdom from above, with spiritual sharpness, with compassion, and with holy fire that cannot be quenched. And at last I will send them not as the great ones by the world's standard, but as quiet yet authoritative messengers from me. My beloved, this is what I am doing, and you are part of it. You are not merely someone I once called. You are one I am calling each day. You cannot remain still while I am moving. I want you to continue in intercession, in watchfulness, in expectation. Be a watchman, not out of fear, but out of hope-filled trust. Keep your lamp burning so that when others begin to return, they will see you not as a critic, but as one with open arms to welcome them home. Unity is coming, not forced sameness, but a people whose heartbeat matches mine. And the world will see and know, not through long speeches or sharp reasoning, but through thousands of transformed lives, beginning with one, then spreading like holy fire. Keep yourself in that fire, my beloved. Do not let it grow cold, for what I have begun in you I will complete until the day my Son returns in glory. Open your heart and do not be surprised at those I am choosing in this season. Do not limit me with your natural sight, nor confine my work to the old patterns you have known. I am not bound by templates, prejudices, or the standards the world sets. People often look at outward appearance, judging by achievement, background, or skill. But I, the Creator, look into the depths of the heart. I see potential they themselves have never seen. I see what smolders within, waiting only for my Spirit's breath to blaze. My child, in this season I will do what has never been done. I will call those the world deems impossible, from places never noticed, from nameless paths, from hidden corners unseen. I will call them, lay my hand upon them, and make them sharp instruments in my hand. Some will come from high places, those with influence in government, in corporations, in the arts and media. They will not bear my name as a symbol, but will carry a truly surrendered heart, ready to use their position to open the way for my righteousness to flow. But I will also call from the low places those once trampled, forgotten, even despised, people who seemed shattered beyond repair. I will gather them, restore them by love, and train them in truth. They will walk not in shame, but in a new strength, not from the flesh, but from grace. Because they have been crushed, they will value every broken soul. They will love with humility and serve without demand. These, once forgotten by the world, will become those who change the course of spiritual history. I will use them all, from the titled to the unknown, for the harvest is truly great. There are so many souls hungry, lost, crying out in silence, but so few who are truly willing to stand up and step into the field. I am not seeking the most talented, I am seeking the willing. Those who work not merely from duty but from love. Those not driven by fame but by compassion. Those whose hearts beat when mine aches and whose spirits blaze when I call. My child, this is no longer the season for hesitation. This is the season when I am stirring, when I am moving among the nations. This is the time of preparation, not in public but in the secret place where my people are quietly listening to my voice and aligning their lives. Do not let this stillness deceive you into thinking nothing is happening. In the depths I am awakening hearts. I am refining, reaching into every hidden corner of the soul to uproot all that does not belong to me and to plant the seeds of eternal life. Being chosen is not merely an honor for you to take pride in. It is an invitation to die to yourself daily. You are not chosen to sit high above and look down, but to kneel and wash the feet of others. Do you understand? The more you are chosen, the more you are called to humble yourself. My name is not tied to worldly power, but to sacrifice. My name does not walk with the sound of applause, but with the sound of weeping in the secret place. To be chosen is to take part in my story of redemption, where you must be willing to lose, willing to walk the narrow road, willing to love to the very end, even when love is not returned. Do not fear this responsibility, my child, for I never call anyone without walking with them. When I place upon your shoulders a portion of my mission, I also place within your heart a portion of new strength. I do not require you to understand all things. I require only that you trust me each day. The wisdom you need I will give. The courage you lack I will pour in. The doors you must walk through I will open. But you must keep your heart tender, humble, and ever attentive to my voice. There will be moments when you feel alone, when you feel different, when you feel you belong to no circle at all. Yet it is in those very moments that you are drawing closer to what is true. I have not called you to blend in. I have called you to stand out in holiness. I have called you to be a voice, not a loud clamor, but a voice carrying life, restoration, and righteousness. You will be tested, this is certain. But through each trial, you will learn this truth only. My presence can hold you steady through every storm. Be ready, beloved. Wherever you are, in an office, on a platform, in a kitchen, or in the midst of a crowded street, I see you. There is no place too far for me to reach. There is no task too small to bring me glory. I need only a heart that listens, obeys, and loves without calculation. for love is the only power that can truly break chains. And it is those who love me, not only with their lips but with their surrender, whom I will use to transform the age. And you, if you are still listening, know this: you are among those I am calling, not because you are worthy but because you are willing, not because you have every qualification but because you have a heart ready to say, Lord, here I am, send me. So walk forward, not with confidence in yourself, but with trust in the one who has called you. Do not let the silence of others cause you to doubt my call. Do not let delay make you think you have been left behind. I am preparing you, and at the appointed time you will be sent. Not to gain glory for yourself, but to glorify me. Not for you to accomplish great things, but for me to accomplish great things through you. When I place my seal upon a person, it is not a medal for them to proudly display, nor an honor to be celebrated by the crowd. That seal does not come from the admiration of the world. It comes from my heart, from the plan of eternity. For whenever I mark someone, I do not look only at what they can receive, but at what they will give. It is not to lift them into a place of prestige, but to draw them into a high calling, one that demands obedience, faithfulness, and a willingness to lay down one's life for the blessing of others. My child, this is not the time for hesitation. There is no room left to hide behind fear. There is no more time to sit and wait for the perfect moment. That moment does not come from the safety of this life. It comes from the rising of faith in the midst of trial. The hour has struck. Those I have called must rise. What I have sown in their hearts, the promises, the visions, the things that seemed forgotten, now begin to stir to live again and to call for action. Tell my people this: I do not need those who excel by the world's standards. I need those who say, yes, Lord, here I am. I need courage, not the kind that knows no fear, but the kind that steps forward even while trembling. Greatness in my eyes does not come from degrees or skills, but from a soft heart ready to be shaped. If a person says, I am willing, I can make that person a powerful instrument in my hands. I am seeking those willing to burn for me, not in outward form, but in hearts where the fire of my spirit consumes every self-will, every personal plan, and every trace of pride. Those who allow me to pour out my fire will not live as they did before. They will speak what I speak. They will love what I love. They will walk into the dark places no one else dares to go. For the light in them does not come from themselves, but from my presence. I will put my words in their mouths, not smooth words of persuasion, but words alive with power to shake the spirit. These words will pierce hearts, stir the souls in captivity, and revive those whose hearts have grown cold. And when they speak, I myself will act. No one can shut the doors I open for them. No force can hinder what I have decreed. But know this, beloved, there will be opposition. Those who carry my breath will always be the target of darkness. Not because they are weak, but because they carry what the enemy fears most, the truth, and that truth has the power to set free. Do not be surprised if there is attack, misunderstanding, or isolation. Do not tremble when the waves rise, for if the enemy does not see you as a threat, he will not touch you, but if you carry light, he will try to extinguish it. Yet I, the one who called you, am greater than all the powers of darkness. You will not walk alone. Every step you take, I have already taken before you. I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness, who builds a road where there is no path. I will be a wall of fire around you. When you face the battle, remember that I have already overcome. The cross is proof that nothing, not even death, can hinder my plan, and that very resurrection power lives in you. Believe this, I do not simply send you out and watch from afar. I cover you under the shadow of my wings. I am your shelter when the storm comes. I am your strength when you feel weary. And when you feel alone, I will remind you that you are standing among an army, not of flesh and blood, but of the Spirit, stretching from heaven to earth. You have brothers and sisters in the faith, though you have never met them, who carry the same fire, who fight the same fight, who burn for the same mission to make my name known on the earth. So, beloved, do not shrink back any longer. Do not wait until you feel ready. I have chosen you, not because you are ready, but because I will make you ready. Rise up, open your mouth, step forward. Take hold of what I have placed in your heart all this time. Even if you think yourself small, I see in you a flame, and if you surrender, that flame will light places no one else dares to enter. This is the time. Not tomorrow, not when things settle down, not when you are good enough, but right now, because souls are waiting. Because darkness is pressing in, and because I have decided you are the one I will send. Every time I lay my hand to choose someone among the millions of souls on earth, heaven trembles with shouts of joy, and hell itself shakes in fear. For nothing unsettles the kingdom of darkness more than a heart ablaze with love for me. Not because that person is perfect, not because they have it all, but because they dare to say, even though I do not understand it all, I believe. And it is that simple faith, that spark, that drives back the darkness. You, yes, you, are one of those torches. I have breathed into your soul the breath of life, not just to exist, but to burn bright. Your flame, though it may seem small, can light the way for many who are lost. But remember, this fire does not keep burning without oil. The fire of love, of obedience, of longing, must be nourished daily. I have not chosen you to wither in exhaustion or be smothered by the noise of this world. I have chosen you to be a living torch, a light that cannot be hidden. So, my child, keep the oil in your lamp full. Learn to return to the secret place, not as a ritual, but as a rhythm of life. Do not seek me only when you need something. Seek me simply because you love me. Let me be your source, the place where you take your first breath each day and the place where you lay down your heart at night. In my presence, the oil will flow. In worship, the flame will be rekindled. In the silence, I will whisper, and that whisper will be stronger than 1,000 shouts from the world. Do you know, my child, what is drawing near is not merely a gentle breeze of change. It will be a mighty wave, a flood of my presence, a spiritual shaking that will sweep across the nations. The media will not be able to define it. The old systems will not be able to control it. Those who once mocked will have no excuse left. For when my spirit is poured out without limit, every eye will see, every ear will hear, and every knee will bow, not because of human brilliance, but because I am the Almighty One. But hear me clearly, my child, that wave will not begin where people expect. It will not flow from grand stages or prestigious halls. It will spring forth in forgotten places, from a living room where a mother intercedes through tears. From a storage room where a young man sings praises on his break. From a shoreline where a broken soul lays down their burden. From a prison where one abandoned by the world still hears me call them by name. Those places, those without the glare of the spotlight, will become spiritual mountaintops where I pour out my presence in power. And when I find a heart that obeys, not seeking fame, not needing to prove itself, that place becomes a well in the desert. Do not think you must go somewhere else to be used by me. No, beloved. Right where you stand, if you dare to offer me a whole heart, will become the place where I dwell. I am not limited by brick walls, by systems, or by geography. I only need a willing heart. Perhaps you have felt small. Perhaps you have thought, the fire in me feels too faint in this storm. But let me remind you, I am the one who keeps your flame burning. When you feel like you are fading, do not retreat. Draw nearer to me. Do not try to make the fire stronger by your own strength. Just stay close to the source. I will do the rest. I will add oil. I will breathe wind. And that flame will blaze again, not only for you, but for others who are searching for light. You were chosen to burn, not to shine of yourself, but to reflect my light. The torch you carry is not from you. It is one I have placed in your hand, so you can walk into darkness and illuminate what many have forgotten. Every time you choose forgiveness, you kindle the flame. Every time you obey, despite the pain, you light up a whole stretch of darkened land. Every time you walk in faithfulness unseen without applause, you cause hell to tremble. For hell fears those who need no recognition yet keep on obeying. Remain in me. Do not let weariness steal the best of what you carry. Do not let criticism or comparison loosen your grip. Do not let delay make you think I have forgotten you. I never forget. My eyes are always upon you. Every time you choose to remain, I add another layer of strength. Every time you choose to dwell in my presence, I plant another seed of eternal life. And when the moment comes, I will not need to ask again. you will be ready. You will rise not as a small flame, but as a blazing torch in the night, guiding the lost, warming the cold, and burning away every chain darkness has used to bind. Beloved, the time is now. Not to retreat, not to rest in compromise, but to step forward with a flame fueled by fresh oil, with a heart immersed in my presence, with ears trained to hear my voice above 1,000 sounds. And you will see a great awakening, not from one person, not from one organization, but from an army of the nameless, yet not useless, humble, yet not weak, hidden, yet full of power. They will carry my spirit not as a theory, but as a way of life, and through them I will do what the world cannot deny. For my glory will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea, and you will be part of it, a torch, a marked one, a sent one. You have thought your role was small, haven't you? That what you do, the silent prayers, the hidden forgiveness, the unseen kindness are but scraps in a loud and vast world. But my child, in my eyes, nothing you do in my name is small. Every prayer you lift, even a sigh in the dark night, shakes the heavens. Every act of love born from a true heart opens doors to healing you cannot imagine. Every word of grace you speak, even if it seems to vanish into the air, touches the heart I have prepared to hear it. You are not a side note in my plan. You are a living link in the divine tapestry I am weaving across the earth. I know your name, I know your place, and no one else can take the role I have entrusted to you. You are like a seed planted in the right place at the right time that will bear fruit in the appointed season, exactly as I have ordained. Every step you take, every choice you make, when no one is watching, all is recorded in my heart. Nothing is overlooked. And the ripples you create today will continue to spread through eternity, touching lives you have never met. So do not underestimate your presence in this world. I have placed you where you are among the very people around you, not by accident. You are not there merely to exist, but to shine. I need your light, not a blinding glare to show off, but a warm glow to guide. You are the lamp I have lit, not to hide under a cover, but to set high where it can shine for those lost in the dark. And what you are doing now, though it seems small, is preparing the way for something far greater than you imagine. Because you have been faithful in little, my child, I am now enlarging the borders of your heart. I am expanding the capacity of your soul, not just to know more, but to carry more. New things will be entrusted to you. Lost souls who need a guide. Doors of influence you never thought would open, depths of understanding that only my spirit can reveal. I am giving you not only what you have longed for, but what you never dared to ask yet. I have prepared your heart to receive. Yet remember this, my child, the further you go, the lower you must walk. The more you are given, the more closely you must cling to me. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but knowing who is the source of all. You must always remember what you have you did not create. What you know you did not learn by yourself. What you accomplish is not by your own strength. It is all grace, and the awareness of that will keep you steady in every season. Keep your heart tender even when the praise comes. Keep your eyes fixed on me even when the spotlight shines on you. Do not let applause drown out my whisper. Do not let new responsibilities make you forget the simplicity of the beginning where you once spoke your truest words to me. Always return to that secret place where no one else but you and I meet to be reminded all great things begin from small acts of surrender. Beloved, do not fear responsibility. I do not entrust what I will not also empower you to carry. I know your limits, but I also know your potential, and I will train you step by step. I will instruct you, I will correct you, I will cover you all along the way. The only thing I require is not perfection, but a heart continually bound to mine. A heart that never believes it has enough of me, but comes every day to be filled anew. And you will see when you remain faithful, when you keep humble, when you obey, not for reward but for love, the great things I have prepared will not come as a burden but as a joy. A joy not from being recognized but from seeing lives transformed. You will taste a deep satisfaction standing in the flow of my grace, where you are not only a receiver but a channel for thousands more. So, beloved, be ready. Prepare your heart not to be great in the eyes of men, but to be faithful in mine. Walk each step trusting I know you. I trust you. and I will use you for things far beyond anything you have ever dreamed. Never believe your role is small, for when you are faithful to me, every act you do bears eternal weight. And I who began the good work in you will not stop until it is finished in glory. Tell my people this, my heart is still toward them. No matter how many seasons have passed, how many stumbles, how many times they have turned away, I have never changed. My love is not like human love. It does not fade with time, does not run dry from hurt, does not waver in the face of coldness. I love them each one with an everlasting, unshakable love. My child, remind them that I am still calling. This call does not shout in the midst of noise, nor push its way into the scramble of life. It comes as a whisper, gentle, yet profound, quiet, yet impossible to ignore. I am still choosing, not based on perfection, but on willingness. I do not seek those who are strong and unshakable by the world's standards. I am looking for tender hearts, for souls willing to say, Lord, please use me, even if they cannot yet see the path ahead, even if they have failed, even if they feel inadequate. I desire that not one should be lost. Not one, no matter how far they have wandered, no matter how thick their sin, no matter how many times they have turned away from the light. I did not create anyone only to cast them into darkness. My heart is always bent toward redemption, longing to see my children return, to see them step out of chains, to see them live in the fullness of the image I gave them from the beginning. But I do not force. True love does not coerce. I invite. I wait patiently. I stand at the door of their heart, not to condemn, but to embrace. I will answer anyone who says yes. No polished words are needed. No lengthy rituals. Only a heart that turns back. Even if it is weak, trembling and scarred, if they say, yes, Lord, I need you, in that very moment all of heaven will move. I will enter, heal, uphold, restore, and awaken the good I planted in them from the very start. Some will awaken in an instant. Like a flash of lightning in the night, they will be touched powerfully. One word, one dream, one encounter with me, and their whole life will be changed. They will no longer be who they were. They will burn with a new fire, and nothing will be able to quench it. But there are others, those whose journey back feels like a long, winding road filled with obstacles, tears, and many stumbles. Do not think I have forgotten them. I am patiently shaping them step by step. I use their very pain to refine them. I use their falls to teach them how to rise. They are not delayed, nor are they lost. They are in the process I have ordained. And I myself will complete what I have begun. I never abandon the work of my hands. If an earthly craftsman cherishes his creation, would I, the Creator, cast aside what I have lovingly formed? Never. Even if they are cracked and broken, I will not throw them away. I will gather every piece. I will weave beauty from the ashes, not as it once was, but deeper, stronger, and reflecting my light more clearly. Therefore, my child, go and encourage those who feel forgotten. Tell them that I see them. Even when no one else cares, when they believe they are invisible in the crowd, I watch over every beat of their heart. Remind them that no tear falls without my counting it. No weary prayer escapes without my hearing it. Remind those who feel unworthy. Tell them no one is worthy, yet I invite all. Salvation does not come from worthiness, but from mercy. Do not let shame chain their feet. Do not let old sins keep them from coming to me. The price has been paid. They need not carry what I bore on the cross. They only need to return. My child, do you not see? My people are in need of hope. The world has worn them down. Their faith is eroded, and many are left with only embers. But if you speak, if you go forth and kindle, my word, then from those ashes, the fire will be lit again. Tell them I have never stopped loving them. I have never given up. Call them back. Pull them out of self-condemnation. And if you yourself right now feel like one of them, weary, sinful, useless, remember I am speaking to you as well. Not only so you may tell others, but so that you may be healed too. Engrave this in your heart. I do not call those ready by human standards. I do not choose based on achievements, talents, status, or recognition. I do not wait for a flawless resume, for if I did, none would qualify. I do not call the qualified, I make the called qualified. I myself prepare, equip, and guide you for the mission I appointed before the foundation of the world. My grace is sufficient for you, not merely sufficient, but abundant. Not just enough to help you survive the day, but enough for you to live strong, steadfast, and beyond every limit you thought you had. That grace does not come to cover up, but to transform. Not to soothe pain, but to heal at the root. And my child, the place where you feel weakest, there, my power has the greatest opportunity to be revealed. I do not avoid your brokenness, I step into it. I do not fear your weariness, I am your rest. I do not step back when you feel unworthy, I draw even nearer. My love does not grow tired, does not change, and does not fail. It is not based on feelings or performance. You cannot earn. My love for it has never been a reward. It has always been a gift. And that gift I prepared long before you knew me. This love does not let go when you wander. It seeks you out. It does not retreat when you fail. It stands firm. It waits. And it is this very love that compels me to keep calling you, not to punish, but to restore. My beloved child, listen carefully, for what I am about to say is a great mystery, yet at the same time profoundly simple. My choosing of someone is never by chance, nor is it a game of luck, as people often imagine. My choice is unlike the choices of the world, where men weigh, measure, and judge based on appearance, talent, or status. My choosing is wholly a decision from heaven itself, an endowment from the throne of glory carrying an eternal seal that no power can erase. And wondrously, this choosing is not reserved for a small group called special. It is not a closed privilege, but an open door to anyone whose heart longs and is ready to receive. Understand this, child, I do not seek the perfect to entrust with a mission. If I were to choose only those without flaw, no one could stand before me. But what makes one a true candidate for my kingdom is not perfection, but a heart of desire. You may feel small, insignificant, or stumble many times, yet if within you still burns one simple longing, I want to know you more. I want to walk with you, then you are already within my choosing. That desire itself is the evidence that my spirit is at work within you. Man looks at outward things, but I look deep into the heart. Others may say you lack talent, intelligence, or strength. They may belittle you, dismiss you, or leave you aside, but I am not searching for those things. I search for a tender heart, a willing spirit to be led by me. If you but say, I want to know you, if you but long to walk closely with me, that is worth more than countless achievements, higher than every earthly glory. Therefore, never think yourself unworthy. Worthiness does not come from you, but from my choosing and the love I have placed upon you. Remember those I have used throughout history. A timid Moses, once a murderer who fled into the wilderness, yet I chose him to lead my people out of bondage. A shepherd boy, David, despised even by his brothers, yet I set him as king and called him a man after my own heart. A simple village maiden, Mary, unnoticed and ordinary, yet I chose her to bring forth my son. Do you see, I have never chosen because of perfection, but because of a heart ready to respond. That remains true even today. True for you, my child. My choosing always comes with empowerment. When I call you, I also give you all you need to fulfill the mission. I never entrust a great task and then abandon you to manage alone. I pour out my spirit upon you, placing within you wisdom, strength, love, and courage. You may feel unskilled, yet I tell you truthfully, if you surrender, if you are willing, then my power will shine through your weakness. For I deliberately choose what is weak to shame the strong, what is lowly to bring down the proud. It is you with all your limits who become the perfect vessel for my grace to blaze forth. The wonder is that this choosing is not reserved for a few celebrated by the world, but is for all who thirst. Do you see? This is an open invitation to every soul, rich or poor, educated or simple, male or female, young or old. I make no distinction as long as in their heart there is a whisper, I want to know you more. I want to walk with you. That whisper, no matter how faint, I hear. And when I hear it, I come near, set my seal of choosing upon them, breathe new life into them, and call them my own. Child, know that this desire within you did not arise by accident. It is proof that I myself have planted a heavenly seed in your heart. If you long to know me more, it is because I have already drawn near. If you yearn to walk with me, it is because my spirit has already touched and stirred your soul. Therefore do not despise this longing, nor let the world choke it out. Nurture it each day, for it is the flame that leads you into the glorious reality of my choosing. There will be times when you feel unworthy, when you think I am too weak, too sinful, too inadequate. But remember, it is desire that makes you a candidate for heaven, not talent, not learning, not status. Only desire. If you long, I will answer. If you open, I will enter. If you step forward, I will walk with you. And then you will see your life, though ordinary, though small, become a witness of love, a vessel through which my light spreads. Hold fast to this truth, my child. You are chosen not because you are perfect, but because you are loved. And when I choose, I do not change my mind. I have destined you to walk in love, to live in grace, to shine as light in a dark world. My choosing is my promise, my plan, my covenant unshakable. All I ask you to tend is this: the desire to know me, the longing to walk with me. And I assure you, whoever seeks shall find, whoever knocks shall see the door opened, whoever thirsts shall drink deeply from the waters of life. Therefore be at peace, beloved child. Though you are not yet complete, though much remains to be transformed, you are chosen because you long for me. You are a candidate of heaven not because of your greatness, but because of your love. And I, the one who has placed this choosing upon you, will guard, will guide, and will finish the work I have begun. No power, no force, no dominion can ever take this choosing from your hands. You are mine, and you will forever be mine. And that is all I need. My beloved child, hear my words and treasure them in your heart. My arms are always open. They do not close because of the wounds of the past, nor do they shut tight because of the mistakes you have made. You may look back on your life and see countless wrong turns, see shadows so heavy they seem to swallow all hope. But I tell you this, no matter how far you have gone, you have never gone beyond my reach. My love knows no borders, my embrace knows no limits. I still wait for you, I still seek you, I still call your name through the long nights. You may run from the light, but the light will chase after you. You may close your heart, but my love still knocks patiently, beat by beat, until the day you open. The banquet I have prepared is ready. It is not a feast for those who parade their self-righteousness, nor a place reserved for those who wear earthly crowns of glory. No, my child. This banquet is for the hungry in spirit, for the weary in soul, for those who know their need for mercy. Those who think they are sufficient never feel the need for me, and so they miss the invitation. But those who confess their lack, who know that without me there is no life, they are the honored guests at my table. And you, child, you are one of them. You do not need to cleanse yourself before you come. Do not believe the lie that says you are unworthy, you are too stained, you must fix yourself first. If that were true, none could ever draw near to me. But I have sent my only Son to die in your place, so the door remains forever open, so that the weak, the sinful, the outcast may come with confidence. You need only to come. Bring your true self, with every burden, every wound, every sorrow. Do not hide, do not pretend, do not force yourself to appear whole. Come just as you are, the rest I will do. I will wash away the stains with the blood shed on the cross. I will heal the wounds left by the world. I will bind up scars thought never to mend. I will clothe you in new garments, white and pure, with a righteousness that does not come from works but from grace. I will place a crown of sonship upon your head. I will set you in a seat of honor at the banquet. There you will eat the bread of life, drink the water of eternity, and taste a joy that never fades. Remember, child, those times you felt alone, rejected, unwanted. In those very moments I was nearer than ever, only waiting for your return. You may think you have gone too far, that the road back is too long, but truly it takes only one step of turning, and you will see me standing there, arms wide open, eyes full of love. I will not scold, nor condemn, nor demand repayment. I will only embrace you and whisper, "My child, I have been waiting for you all along. Do you know why I do this? Because you are mine. From the moment you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before the world was formed, I called your name. My love for you did not begin yesterday, but from eternity past. And that love does not end, does not fade, does not change with the seasons of your life. You may fall, but my love does not fall. You may betray, but my love does not betray. You may forget me, but I will never forget you. The banquet is ready. It is not laid in palaces of earthly splendor, but in the everlasting kingdom. On that table is the bread of life, the cup of joy, the love that never runs dry, and I have reserved a place for you. Do not let shame hold you back. Do not let the past bind your feet. Do not let the lies convince you that you do not belong. This is your banquet, your seat, your portion. Everything is prepared. You need only to enter. Imagine that moment when you take your place at the table. Every mocking voice of the world will fall silent. Every wound will be soothed. Every fear will vanish. In their place will come a joy overflowing, a peace like a river, a love embracing your every breath. You will no longer see yourself as an outsider, but as a child of the household, an heir of the kingdom, a companion at the table with all who have been redeemed by grace. My child, I know you have wandered far. I know there were times you chose the wrong road, times you turned your back on me, but I also know that deep within you still long for truth, you still desire real love. That is why I have never stopped searching for you. I do not want to lose you. I do not want you to wander in the dark forever. I want you to come home to feast with me, to live in fullness of life. Do not delay, beloved. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do not think you must make yourself pure first. If you could do it on your own, you would have no need of me. Come now just as you are, with all the mess, all the stains, and you will see it is I who will work the miracle. I will cleanse, I will transform, I will make new. You will become a new creation, no longer defined by the past, but defined by my eternal love. My child, my arms are always open. No past is too heavy to block them, no sin too deep to divide them, no distance too far to escape them. My banquet is prepared, and you are the honored guest I await. Only come, the rest I will do. My child, listen. In the silence of your soul I am calling, not as a faint echo from afar, not as a vague invitation cast toward a nameless crowd. This is a clear, urgent, and personal call. It is written for you alone, addressed directly to your heart. I call your name, for you are not an anonymous grain of sand among the multitudes, but a treasure I cherish. You may see yourself as ordinary, but in my eyes you are unique. No one can replace you in my plan, and no one can take your place in my heart. I am waiting. But child, my waiting is not like the impatience of men. It is not the restless urgency that seeks immediate resolution. My waiting is woven with boundless patience, for my love does not change. I wait as a father waits for his distant child to return, eyes watching every road heart alive with hope that never grows cold. I wait not to scold, but to embrace. I wait not to remind of failures, but to restore. I wait because my love is deeper than every fault, stronger than the passing of years. And I do not only call, nor only wait, I am choosing. Right now, in this very moment, as you read these words, I am reaching out to choose living, breathing people. Not flawless models, not polished statues of perfection, but real human beings who carry both light and shadow. I choose those marked with scars, those who have fallen, those with a past. They are not proud of those whose only baggage left is a weary sigh. They, and you, are the living stones I desire to set into my eternal work. You may wonder, why would you choose me? Because I do not search for perfection. I seek a heart willing to respond. I do not require a flawless vessel of porcelain without cracks. I seek a vessel, even if chipped and broken, that is willing to be filled by me. I do not choose to showcase your strength, but to reveal my power. And so, child, this choosing is not a mistake, but a confirmation. You are precisely the one I want to use, just as you are today. Do not think you must become someone else before stepping into my plan. I do not wait for you to be perfect before I love you, nor demand that you cleanse every stain before I choose you. I love you now, in the midst of your struggles, your weaknesses, your inner conflicts. And it is as you dare to walk forward with your present reality that I will transform you along the way. I do not demand perfection at the start. I ask only that you begin. As you step, my grace will do the rest. Do you not know this? Every hero of faith in history bore scars like yours. Noah once grew drunk. Abraham once doubted. Jacob once deceived. Moses once killed. David once committed adultery. Peter once denied me. Paul once persecuted the church. Yet I called, I waited, I chose them, and I transformed them as they walked with me. They did not begin with perfection, but with a willing heart, and that alone made them vessels through which I worked eternal wonders. So, child, know this: you too are counted among those who are called. You are not excluded because of your past. You are not excluded because of your weakness. You are not excluded because of your failures. On the contrary, these very things become the stage where my grace is displayed, where my love is proven, where my power is perfected. I choose you, not the version you think you should become, but you as you are now, with your wounds and your hopes together. I know you are afraid. Afraid that you are not enough, afraid you will stumble again, afraid you will disappoint me. But child, I have seen every fall in advance, and still I chose you. I have seen all your weaknesses, and still I placed my hand upon you and called you mine. I did not choose you because you are perfect. I chose you so that you may be transformed in my love. I will walk with you step by step, and at each step I will renew you, cleanse you, and lift you up. Do not delay any longer, beloved. Do not let the past imprison you. Do not let fear block your path. I am calling clearly and urgently. I am waiting with unchanging patience. I am choosing, even now, with unfailing love. And all I ask is that you respond. Come just as you are. Place your trembling hand into mine. Step forward, and you will see how I transform you day by day, hour by hour, until you become all I have destined you to be. Be at peace, my child, for my plan does not rest on your perfection, but on my faithfulness. The work I begin, I will complete. You need only follow, remain in my arms. And along the way, you will not only find yourself transformed, but used to transform the lives of others. Your scars will become testimonies of healing. Your past will stand as proof of grace. Your sighs will be turned into songs of praise. And through you, eternal works will be done. My child, I do not wait for you to become someone else before I use you. I desire to use who you are now and transform you along the journey. This is the beauty of grace. It does not require worthiness first, but transforms you as you walk. And I promise, if you answer this call, you will witness a wonder. Your life, with all its weakness, all its scars, all its sighs, becoming part of the eternal tapestry of my love. My child, therefore I tell you, rise up. Do not let your soul remain bowed beneath fear. Do not let your faith dwindle to a flickering flame beneath the shadow of doubt. You have been called to walk in the light, to be a lamp set upon a stand, not a lamp hidden under a bed. Do not whisper timidly about your faith as though you were ashamed of it. Speak boldly, proclaim with strength and conviction that I am alive, not merely a distant story of old, but the living one here and now, present in every breath you take and every step you walk. Faith is not a fragile idea, but a radiant reality, and it is your boldness that will testify to the world that my life still flows. Love deeply, my child. Not a love that is false, not gestures born of duty, nor feelings that drift like leaves in the wind. I call you to love not out of pressure or responsibility, but because you yourself were once loved when you were utterly unworthy. Remember the times you were lost, the days you were weak, the moments you thought no one wanted to remain by your side. It was then that I embraced you, forgave you, and breathed new life into your heart. That love did not measure, merit did not demand repayment, but poured over you like rain upon dry ground. Therefore love as one forgiven, much love with gratitude, overflowing love, as though that very love is your breath. Live as one who has been set free. Do not let the chains of your past bind your steps. Do not let the accusing voice force your head down. I paid the price with the blood of my only Son, so that you might walk in freedom. So then live as one truly released from bondage. Do not live in fear, but in peace. Do not live in captivity, but in the wide spaces of grace. Do not live as a victim of sin, but as a victor in love. Let your life become the testimony that death has been swallowed up by life, that chains have been shattered by resurrection power. And open your eyes, my child, to see that I am at work. Do not think that I act only through great wonders, through miracles that astonish the world. I move also in the smallest of things. In the smile you give to the weary and the hand you place upon the lonely. In the whisper of encouragement you offer to a sorrowful heart. These little things are the very tools through which my love touches others. Do not despise the small, for every seed sown in love will bring forth a harvest eternal. Look and see, I also work through doors you once thought were sealed shut. How many times have you despaired, thinking every path had ended, only to find another door opened where you least expected? That was not chance, but my hand quietly guiding. When one door closes, it is only because I know it does not lead where I intend. And when I open another, even if you fear, trust that I, myself, go before you, preparing the way, and more still I move, even in the encounters you think are random. A passing glance, a sudden greeting, an opportunity that seemed like mere coincidence, all are woven within my wise design. You do not know how a gentle word from your lips can rescue a soul from the edge of despair. You cannot see how a short conversation may alter the course of a life. Do not despise such moments. They are proof that I am working, weaving a greater tapestry in which you are a thread. Therefore, my child, stand up. Speak as one who knows beyond doubt that I am alive. Love as one who has been loved unconditionally. Live as one who has truly been set free. And open your eyes to see my hand moving in every detail, every moment. Your life will no longer be ordinary, for you are walking in the midst of miracle. My beloved child, you will see me, not only in great miracles that astonish the world, but in the quiet transformation of a heart that is slowly softening. You will see me in silent tears that are gently wiped away, in wounds thought never to heal yet mended from deep within. You will see me when a hardened soul suddenly learns compassion, when a once closed heart opens to love. This change is subtle, slow, yet it is the very proof that I am present, that I am moving, that I am still writing the story. You will see me in prayers answered in unexpected ways. How many times have you prayed with longing, yet thought I did not hear, that your words vanished into the air? But then on a day you did not foresee, the answer comes. Not in the way you imagined, not at the time you thought best, but in my too perfect way. A door opens, a person appears, an event unfolds, and suddenly you know I was never silent. You will recognize that it was my hand preparing, arranging every detail, leading to a result beyond what you could have conceived. You will see me in moments you least expect, in people you never predicted. A passing conversation by the roadside, a compassionate glance from a stranger, an encounter that seemed random but altered the course of your life. All are my footprints. You may think it coincidence, but child, with me there are no coincidences. Every meeting, every moment, every circumstance lies within my wise providence, and in all of it I am present. I walk beside you, for I have never left you. Though you may feel lonely, though you may believe yourself abandoned, though the darkness of trials may surround and hide the light, the truth remains: I am always there. Even when you cannot perceive, even when you cannot feel, I am by your side, holding your hand, shielding you, whispering love. There are times when I am silent, but that silence is not absence. It is the moment I teach you trust, the moment I help you grow. And believe this, what you are facing is not an ending. It is only the prelude, the opening chapter of a greater song that is about to rise. I am not finished. I am only beginning. You may think everything has closed, that dreams are broken, that nothing lies ahead. But that is only your vision, narrow and limited. From my view, the one who holds the future, this is but the beginning. For I am about to do a new thing. What is beginning? A new season. You grew accustomed to the old season, to the old ways, to familiar paths. But the old has passed, and now I am preparing for you a fresh season where the seeds once sown will break forth and sprout. This season is not for regret, but for abundance, for depth, for drawing closer to me. I am also beginning a new work in your heart. You thought you had already known yourself, but I am about to open depths you have never touched. I will clear away the clutter, the things that entangled you, and rebuild upon a firmer foundation. You will learn to trust more deeply, to love more freely, to forgive more easily, and to hope more strongly. This work is not a single moment, but a journey. And with every step you will see me shaping the image of my Son in your life, and beyond that a new door. What once seemed closed, I will open another way. Not the path you once imagined, not the plan you once drew, but the path I, myself, have prepared, the best one. You may be unsettled because it does not resemble what you hoped for, but remember, I do not lead you to the ordinary. I lead you to the better, the higher, the deeper. And when you look back, you will see that every closure was only to open something greater. I will make you strong, child, but not by erasing all weakness. If I removed your weakness, you would forget your need of me. True strength is not the absence of trembling, but the fullness of my life within you. When you are weak, I am your strength. When you fall, I lift you up. When you are empty, I fill you. And so you will know a power not from yourself, but from the eternal source, a power that never runs dry. I will also use your very story to bring hope to others. You thought your wounds, your failures, your stumbles were shame, but in my hands they will become glorious scars, proof that grace is real, that love is stronger than sin. Your story with all its cracks will become a lamp for those who wander. When they see you transformed, they will know it was I who did it, and they will turn to the source of hope, which is me, and you will know it was I who did it, not another. Not your strength, not your skill, not your merit, but my love, my grace, my power at work in you. So that when others give praise, you will only say, "It was the Lord who has done this." And when you stand in glory, you will understand that all things are of me, through me, and for me. Therefore, my child, stand firm. Believe that what you face now is not the end, but the beginning. Prepare your heart for the new season, for the new work, for the new door. Let me pour my own life into you that you may be strong, not by your own ability, but by my power. Give me your story, and it will become a living testimony carrying hope to the world. And remember, you will see me in the smallest details, in the unexpected miracles in every step of the way. For I have never left you. I am not finished. I have only just begun. My beloved child, believe. Believe not with the eyes of the flesh, which can only see what lies before them, but with the eyes of faith, eyes that see beyond the darkness, that pierce through the long night to behold the dawn drawing near. Believe even when your feet tremble, even when all you see before you is a fog-covered path, for true faith does not require a detailed map, does not need to see the whole way, nor know every stop along the journey. True faith needs only one thing, my word. And that word, like a lamp to your feet, like a light shining in the night, will guide you step by step until you realize you have gone farther than you ever imagined. True faith is not waiting until everything is settled, until every trial has vanished, until every door stands wide open before daring to walk. No, true faith is the courage to take the step, even when you cannot see clearly, but your heart clings to me. Faith is like the small seed sown into dark soil, unseen by all, yet holding within it the power of life. And when that seed breaks through the earth, stretching to the light of the sun, then the world knows life was there all along. So too with you. When you choose to believe, when you choose to step forward, though still trembling, the life from me will burst forth within you, and all will see that I am with you. Do not fear stepping forward, my child. Do not think your trembling is proof that you lack faith. On the contrary, when you tremble and still step, that is true faith. If you wait until you feel strong before you act, you will never begin. If you wait until you see every road before you move, you will never reach the promise. But when you tremble and still walk, when the night is thick and still you go forward, you are declaring that I, not circumstances, am the foundation of your life. And I promise you, you will not regret it. For every step taken in faith leads to life, leads to fruit, leads to a glory greater than you have ever conceived. You will see that every tear shed, every stumble, every anxious heartbeat, none of it was in vain. I gather them all, weaving them into an eternal tapestry. And when you behold that tapestry, you will bow and say, "It was worth it." Not a single moment was wasted when I trusted you. For I, the one who began the good work in you, will bring it to completion. Engrave this in your heart: I do not begin only to abandon. I do not sow seed only to let it wither. I do not lay a foundation only to leave the house unfinished. I do not write the first chapter only to close the book. The work I begin in you is not a passing game, but an eternal plan. And once I have begun, I, myself, will bring it to completion. You may look at yourself and see only weakness, limitation, and lack. You may think, how could the Lord complete a great work in me when I am so small, so imperfect? But remember, child, the completion does not rest on your ability, but on my faithfulness. I am the one who works. I am the one who transforms. I am the one who builds, secures, and perfects. This work does not rely on the fleeting strength of your own hands, but upon the unshakable foundation of me, the one who never changes, who never fails. I call you. Out of the multitude I have called your name. My call is not vague, not confused. It sounds like a whisper in your ear, like a bell resonating deep within your soul. I call you not because you are skilled enough, strong enough, or holy enough, but because my love for you is immeasurable. That call has followed you since before your birth, since I saw you in your mother's womb. And that call still resounds today. Come walk with me, give your life to me. I choose you. This choosing is not like a person selecting an object among many only to change their mind later. No, my choosing is eternal. It is sealed by the very blood of my Son, secured by an unchanging promise. You are chosen not by accident, not by chance, but because I see in you something precious. You may despise yourself, but I see treasure. You may think yourself unworthy, but I see a vessel of power through which I will display my glory. You are chosen, and this choosing is certain, and no one can take it away. I walk with you. You are never alone on this journey. When you pass through fire, I am with you in the flames. When you cross the waters, I walk with you through the currents. When you climb mountains, when you pass through valleys, I do not leave your side. You may feel lonely, but the truth is I have never abandoned you. I am the faithful friend, the companion who never departs. And when you are weak, I carry you on my shoulders. When you are exhausted, I bear you across the rough road. You never walk alone, for I am with you, and this journey becomes a journey of glory, and I will fulfill every word I have spoken. Remember, child, my word never returns void. Once I have declared, it will come to pass. Once I have promised, it will be fulfilled. Nothing, no circumstance, no power, no darkness can hinder my word. You may look around and see everything appear contrary to the promise, but wait patiently. My word will prove true. I do not fail, and my love never fails. When you doubt, look back and remember how faithful I have been. How many times you thought all was lost, yet I rescued you. How many times you fell, yet I lifted you. How many times you strayed, yet I brought you home. If I have done it before, I will do it again, now and in the future. For I do not change. And because I do not change, my promise does not change. So, beloved, let your heart be at peace. Let faith carry your steps, though trembling, though unclear. Remember that the work I began in you will be brought to completion. Live as one called, chosen, loved, and accompanied. Hold fast that every promise will be fulfilled, for I do not fail, and my love never fails. And one day when you look back, you will see every drop of sweat, every trembling step, every sigh, all of it led you to glory, where you and I rejoice together. And you will know that the journey of faith, though difficult, was always worth it. Now in the stillness of your soul, lift your face with a bare heart and offer me your most honest prayer. Lord God of grace and choosing, I bow before your holy presence. I am unworthy, yet you call me. I am not strong, yet you entrust me. Lord, I surrender completely. Teach me to walk in humility and in your strength. Deliver me from doubt, from the lying voice that says, I am not good enough, not qualified, for you have chosen, and you will complete. Place your words in my mouth, your path under my feet, and the fire of faithfulness in my heart. No matter what the world says, I want only to hear your voice. Lead me day by day in eternal grace. Merciful and mighty Father, Thank you that you do not require me to be perfect before I come near. You chose me in my weakness, and you are making me qualified by your presence. Remove from me every trace of insecurity, every burden of comparison, every false thought about my worth. I want to live as one who is called not by the world but by you. Give me the courage to say yes to your call and to walk on without hesitation even when I cannot yet see the full picture. I place my future in your hands. Lead the way. Kind Father, I pray for this generation, for the young who are seeking purpose and for the old who still carry unfulfilled dreams. Pour out your Spirit on them. Rekindle old visions and plant new ones. Raise up a willing people, and make me a part of this heavenly movement, a small link yet surrendered. Do through me what only you can do. Thank you, Lord, my life, for not waiting until I was perfect to love me. Thank you that your love never fails, never tires. Thank you for choosing me when I had nothing to offer. Every opportunity, every forgiveness, every time you drew near, all of it is grace I do not deserve. I cannot repay you, but I give you my whole heart. Thank you, the one who turns ashes into glory, that what I once saw as failure became the place you showed your power. Thank you that crushing did not destroy me, but shaped me. Thank you that silent tears became the most powerful prayers. Thank you for the precious oil pressed out of pain, and that you let nothing I go through be wasted. Thank you, God of new beginnings, that you are not finished with me. Thank you that your arms are still open wide, that there is still room at the table, that the call still rings out. Thank you for never tiring of waiting for me. And today I thank you because I know a new chapter has begun. And in this chapter, you are the author, and all I need to do is keep trusting and obeying. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we can build a strong community of faith.